I'm not going to keep arguing with you.
And go.
Not without you. I mean it, Theo. You've had your fun. It's time to come home.
No.
Stop mucking around, Theo. Please, just come back home to the business.
I don't want to.
You got a proper job with me, huh? Stop wasting your time with this apprenticeship. It's embarrassing.
Oh, not to me.
Have some respect.
Respect. Respect is earned. You're the one who taught me that.
Go pack your bags.
No.
Don't push me, Theo. Your mum's not here to help you anymore.
What does that even
She
mean?
walked out on me. Are you happy?
Yes. I am. I told you she should have left you years ago.
You're coming home, and we're going to sort this out.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Theo, you all right? Hey,
You all right?
what happened? What did you say to him?
That kid has got no respect for family anymore, and things have only been getting worse since he's been here with you.
Hello and welcome. This is Coastal News, a home and away podcast where we unpack the latest week's episodes and discuss the residents, their lives, and all the drama from our favourite fictional town, Summer Bay. Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Coastal News, a home and away podcast. And I'm Simon. I'm joined again by Sophie. How you doing, Sophie?
Hi.
Good week.
Good week, yeah, not bad. How about you? Are you feeling better?
Yeah, much better. I'm sure I sound it. I'm COVID free, so
Yay.
back at it. I was listening, last week. I've just been talking off air last week, listening back to, editing the podcast. Everything. I was bad, but never mind. Never mind. We did it.
I did feel for you. It was
We're back, full bill of health until one of us goes down again.
Oh no.
Because I'm one of them though, and you're just like, I'm one of these vulnerables. I'm air quoting now.
Me too, yeah.
So I've been so careful the whole way
Yeah.
through. It's just so annoying.
Yeah.
But never mind. I've lived to tell the tale.
Well, you got your immunity
Thankfully.
again, haven't you? You've topped up
Yeah.
your immunity, so that's a booster.
These antibodies feel great. That or it's the wine.
Yeah.
And we're going to need more than 2 dirty martinis because Macca's with us. He's back for more punishment. How you doing, Macca? You all right?
I'm all right. Great, Sam. Yeah, you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
How are you, Sophie? All right?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good week.
Yeah, I heard, yeah. Because good news for...
Oh yeah. I've got a new job, hopefully. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't be doing this whole I need to work on podcast day. In this new job.
No, not a chance. Fine.
Oh dear.
Not a chance.
Put it in your diary. Busy.
Yeah.
Busy
I will.
signal.
I'll just block out the entire afternoon into the evening.
Well, do you want to plug your new book before we get going? That book you told me you were writing.
Hey? What are you on about?
That book you're writing, Tales of Marimbula. You don't want to plug it. No.
It's not quite ready. I think I'm going to publish the unseen versions of Chloe's diary, actually.
Oh, God.
You got
This
me
week-
again, then. I was like, what?
This week, when she's writing that diagram, I'm really lying about Theo. I thought, oh my
Yeah.
God, Chloe's going to be, Sophie, it's going to be, toes are going to be curling.
I absolutely loved it. Dear diary, I am still evil.
Just to remind you. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Do you want your headlines, guys?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
we'll
go
get
on.
into the action. So Mac turns to illicit gambling to pay the bills.
Yep.
Xander and Rose prepare to put up a fight for Jasmine. A family meal at the Paratas exposes huge cracks in the family. And Theo's father returns to the Bay to a lukewarm reception, shall we say. And if we have time, we'll talk about Marilyn's loose end.
Mm.
He did it again.
One quick one to mention before we do get into it. The latest subscriber-only episode, if you can access it, Maka.
No,
I know you having trouble. I will get onto that. COVID just distracted me. The latest episode is up, and we were talking all things Flynn last week on The Scoop, the actor who plays Flynn, and his recent court case and all the bad press he got from that. So check that out if you are a subscriber. If you're not, click the link in the description below and you can subscribe for 99p and get access to all the extra episodes. Let's do this episode. So Mac, we left last week. Mac was, we learned about her money troubles. The insurance hasn't come through, and her and Ryder have been brainstorming some ideas, like closing on a Monday and changing supplier, but they're all a drop in the ocean. We know she owes tens of thousands of pounds. And Flick had that idea. She floats this illegal poker idea to her around the campfire and a beer, as you do, as all good ideas are spawned in the Bay.
Yeah.
And Mac, it's a hard no, but a couple of days later, she's ringing her back up, isn't she? And she's like, yeah, let's give that a go.
Yeah. It didn't take long, did it? She got another email, was it, that triggered it? And then she was like, oh, I really am in trouble. I need to do something.
Yeah, because Logan paid a bill and fended off the debt collector one day, but then he's assuming it's just the one bill.
Yeah,
Mac's actually thousands. You know, there's many things need paying. So she's in over her head with all this stuff. Yeah, and so she's quite quickly tempted to Flick's idea. Sort of gives the green light for a go ahead, and then this. We've all spoken about it on social media this week, all three of us. Yeah. Very, very rapid setup.
It was.
Of the old casino there. What do we make of this?
It's a bit mad, isn't it? Yeah. Did you guys think it was very quick? Like, how did they get the croupiers and the tables and all the people to turn up?
Yeah. To be honest with you, I know you had to sort of suspend your imagination on it, but it was probably one of my favourite episodes for ages. The casino night. Yeah. Just the way Ryder was like a big soft kid getting wrapped up in it all and being dead excited, and he's normally really straight laced, isn't he? But he was getting carried away with it all because he was making big tips and blah. And he was like, even though he knew it was illegal, he just thought it was great because he was sort of doing some underground stuff, Yeah,
you're right. He had a bit of a change of personality, didn't he? He's usually quite sort of straight, straight playing it and quite within the rules and all that sort of stuff. But he was just lapping it up, wasn't he, this week?
It's always really, really good viewing when the light side of the Bay gets involved in the dark side, isn't it? It was like that. Do you remember back in the day when Marilyn had a bit of a thing with the Braxton's dad? Do you remember? Yes. And it was just nothing really happened. It was just like compelling viewing because Marilyn would never get involved with anything like that. It's a bit like that, isn't it? Ryder getting involved in something that he really shouldn't do. And my initial sort of knee-jerk reaction to that was Ryder would never just go with that, but actually because he's a goody two-shoes deep down, actually if Mac told him to do something he probably would do it. Do you know what I mean?
He knows how serious things are as well, because Flick knows a little bit, doesn't she? But Ryder's seen the accounts. Ryder knows that they're in trouble, so he's got the insight, hasn't he? So I guess he's thinking, well, you're going to have to do something big to get out of this mess, so this is it.
I tell you what didn't really fit in for me. They've just done a crowd fund to raise a load of money for the Paratas, and then he's there gambling and all away. And I was thinking, it's a bit selfish, really, on the people who've done the crowdfunding to sort of gamble the money they've given you away. It's a bit
pretty
sort of selfish, really. Yeah, he was, but it's still a game of luck, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
Good point. That I'd not even considered that. Yeah. that could be everybody's film money.
It's
Oh my Lord.
John's
They were doing another fundraiser for them. Fundraiser to pay off his poker debts. Like,
Oh God, it might end up being like that. This storyline, mightn't it? Oh no.
It's funny because Tane's not in on it initially, is he? Flicks.
No.
I mean, she's got the contacts. I mean, a phone call goes a long way in this show. We've said this before, and she's managed to. We can only assume. I'm making an assumption that it's people she knows from the club she used to work in. We've said that before. So she's got these people here. She seems to have a bit of camaraderie with some of them already. Like she knows them. She's been involved. Nathan, he's even got a name. Yeah.
We know he's important because he's got a name.
He's got a name. Yeah, and he's had a bit of a dagger look with Tane when she kissed. She kissed him, so something's going on there. But Tane's not in on it until he smells a rat. Yeah, and he pushes it, doesn't he? And he says to her, "I left Mia alone for our first family meal in ages. Stop lying to me and tell me what's going on." Yeah. So she has to bring him in, and then Max flap him. Yeah. You know, and it seems to go off without a hitch.
The only hitch was that the whole of the bay turned up for a pizza, didn't they? That night.
That's true. They're shucks. Why are they?
There's a big queue of people wanting takeaway pizza.
Yeah. This is the bit that confused me. I thought their whole plan was that it was going to be after Salt was closed, not that they were going to close early.
That was the original plot, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it looked like it was nighttime upstairs, but then them scenes at the bottom of the stairs with Logan and Ziggy and what have you looked like it was the middle of the day.
Yeah, it was weird. I couldn't quite get my head around that.
I was getting lost myself with the timeline of everything because it did feel like it was supposed to be like a late night lock-in type sitch.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I was getting a bit confused with all the timelines. And as I think the makers of the episode were as well, Tane got into a tux in rapid time.
He did.
We've spoken about the setup in rapid time.
Yeah.
Let's discuss Logan. Oh, go on.
There's just saying, going back to the setup, obviously in Summer Bay, you can't, put your car in the wrong gear without being gossip around the village.
Yeah.
They managed to get all those tables and everything upstairs, walking through the surf club without no one saying, "What are you doing with them?"
Yeah.
So there was no suspicion arose by anyone when they must have had to be smuggled in.
Up those tiny stairs.
Yeah, going past Dean's surf shop and Palmer's ice cream sundae parlour. No.
Yeah, you're right. And all those people dressed in suits going into Salt.
You've really got to, like you say, Mecca, suspend a bit of belief.
Yeah.
You really have to. It's a proper track. I can't work out whether to laugh at the whole thing, to be honest.
I loved it. Yeah. It was over the top, but that's what we like, isn't it? That's why we watched Home and Away. So, yeah.
Well, you didn't seem to like. You were sharing thoughts online, Sophie, about Logan and him wanting to find out what was going on.
He was really annoying me. Was it just me? He was like, "Oh, I'll come up and help you. Oh, I'll come up and do this," and she was like, "No, you won't. I've got a private. We're shut. We're having a private work function." I was just thinking, just back off, dude. It's like you shacked up with Neve in a hotel, and Mac left you alone, gave you space, and now she's having one night where she's doing something without you involved, and you're all over it. It was just annoying me. Was it just me?
I just don't like him anyway, so I'm agreeing with you.
Fair enough. I like you, Macca. I knew I like you.
Blown up action man or something. It didn't bother me when you were going mad about it because I think you'd watched the episode before I had. I think I'd read your tweet first and thought, "Oh God, what's gone on?"
Yeah.
And when I watched it, I thought, "What's she going mad about?" He's got now on, and he's just wondering what she's up to.
No, it felt really controlling to me. It felt really like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Like checking up on her, and she's, she said to him a couple of times, "It's just a work thing. Go away," basically. And he was trying to come up the stairs and like, "Oh, I'll come and help you tidy up." I was like, "No, bog off."
Yeah, you just accept it, wouldn't you? If you had any trust with your girlfriend or whatever, and she said, "I've got a work thing on," you wouldn't say, "Ooh, that's suspicious," because obviously they do corporate stuff there, don't they, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Exactly, and it
Just
wasn't
get
like
off,
she
wouldn't
was
you?
dressed in a bikini and it was all dodgy. Do you know what I mean? She was in
I
a
know,
suit. It
yeah.
was like,
That's
go
it,
away, Logan. Get your nose out. Go and do
She
something.
was dressed up to the nines. I'm not being.
Oh, yeah.
She might have had the suit on, but she had now underneath that suit jacket.
Yeah.
I'd be proper sus, me. If I
Really?
was Logan,
definitely.
I'd be like, what is she doing up there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, maybe they shouldn't be together if he doesn't trust her for 2 hours. Don't know. I think I've got right off him.
Playing home and away. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it wasn't an unusual request to say, well, I'm doing now. I'll come and help you tidy up.
Yeah,
And
but
he
was already up the stairs when he said that. I was just like, get down them stairs, Logan. You've been told.
Well, he goes back on his jet ski and gives us what we want the next day.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Let's see what happens then. Have we seen the last of the poker night? The trailer tonight seemed to think Ryder's the one that looks like he's pushing it.
Did he write blackjack? Did it say blackjack?
Yeah,
on that?
blackjack. Yeah, on the napkin.
Yeah. It's
And
not over.
Yeah, I don't think. And while we're touching on and Logan and his trust, he said, "Did Ryder just slip you a note?"
Yeah.
I've got a theory, on this.
Oh yeah.
On this poker. Because it's in Zeth, the salt. I've got a feeling, like most soaps, you'd always get this head-to-head crunch match at the very end, don't you?
Yeah.
And someone will put a massive bet up, and she'll go, "I'll put salt up," and they'll win it, and then all the debts will be. But that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's not your
guessing,
first rodeo, is it?
Yeah.
No, that's what I mean. So
And we will be lapping that up on here on the Friday night. Yeah, you think you're right.
Oh, just bet the restaurant away, you mean?
Yeah, just something really mad, and it'll pay off, and then they'll all go back to square one, and she'll be able to settle down without the help of her dad and whatever.
Ooh,
that'll be the end of the poker nights.
Yeah, and I would love it if it was that, because I'd be eating it up.
Yeah,
that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Eating that up. Yeah, all or nothing.
Yeah,
it'd make a great trailer. You know. Yeah, great promo and all that. Yeah, I think you're right. Let's see how that goes. Did you know that you can play Coastal News, a home and away podcast, right from your Amazon Alexa? Just say, "Alexa, play Coastal News now." And of course, you can still catch your latest episodes on all other podcast apps, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, Castbox, Audible, Player FM, and much more. Just search Coastal News, a home and away podcast right now, wherever you get your podcasts from. So Xander and Rose, we met last week, and they decided at the very end of the week before they were going to stick around. They'd learnt that things weren't quite rosy with their father and Jasmine. Things weren't as they seemed. And was it Rose who said to him, "We need to stick around and make the mistakes, put the mistakes right that our dad made," or something like that?
Yeah. Did you think it was a bit religious that, the sins of the father should be wiped out by the kids? It was a bit weird.
Yeah, it was a bit odd, because most of us would just be like, well, that's him. He was okay. Yeah. I think if I was in Xander or Rosie's shoes, I'd be a bit upset learning that my dad wasn't what I thought he was.
Yeah.
Like he had a different side to him. So maybe that's coming,
Yeah.
But they don't seem to be exploring them. It's all about Jasmine, really, which I can understand.
Yeah.
But she does agree to meet them reluctantly. Cash keeps having a word with her, doesn't he? Like, "You're going to regret it."
Yeah.
So I think she reluctantly agrees, doesn't she? Because she's sort of looking at her shoes and and she says something. Does she say something like, "This is not a family. This was never going to be a fairy tale," or something?
Yeah, that was it.
What do you want from me?
Yeah, she was quite harsh with him, I thought, but I get it, because she's mad at her father, isn't she? When he's not here anymore. So the only people she could really take it out on are Xander and Rose, and they're just getting it in the neck. But I think you're right, Si. You hit the nail on the head at the beginning, really, by saying they're going through something really awful. They've had a massive shock by finding out that they've got a sister. you kind of have to feel for them as well. But they seem to be taking it on the chin, don't they? Considering.
Yeah.
I think they've got no choice, though, have they? Really? Because it's brand new to them. They, as far as they're concerned, the dad's done nothing wrong because he's been the model figure to them. And then, like, Jasmine turns around and says, "Oh, stop chasing the happy sibling dream," or something like that.
Yeah.
And well, they don't know that side of the dad, do they? So they're not going to suddenly say, "Oh, yeah, my dad was, a clown, whatever," just because some woman we've never met in our lives has said she is,
Yeah,
spot on.
So they can only come from their side, can't they? Really?
Yeah.
And I think I'm just trying to put myself in one of their shoes. I'd be a bit torn. Xander's the one that's sort of like, why are we sticking around then? She wants an outdo with us. And it's Rose that's sort of driving it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's this moment where Xander's like, yeah, I've seen you looking at the copper. You
got to wonder how much of it is about Jasmine and how much of it is because she's seen Cash. I'm wondering, her motivation for staying, I don't think is just Jasmine, is it?
Yeah, and I'm not liking where that's going, to be honest.
No.
We've been a bit critical on here of Jazz and Cash and how much potential is lost with them as a couple.
Yeah.
Or I have, at least. And I feel a bit protective of Jasmine because she's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
But I'd be a bit annoyed if it started to become a bit of a love triangle there. I don't think I could cope with that.
I have mixed feelings because I don't think Cash. I know this is really against everybody else on the internet, but I don't think Jazz and Cash are a very good couple. And I wouldn't be sad if they split up, but I would be sad if he cheated on her and broke her heart. That would be horrible.
I think he's too.
Do you think?
Cheat on her. Yeah, he couldn't even live in safaris in his box shorts, let alone be like a love rap.
That's true.
So I think he's far too straight-laced, and he's got his moral compass is too, strong for him to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's not. Yeah.
He's not
fun enough, is he?
No.
Yeah.
Like Dean, he'd be all over it. No, me or someone,
Well, that's what he did with Amber, really, wasn't it? Yeah, true. Yeah. What do you think? What does Macca think? Because we gave our opinions on the newbies, but Macca, what do you think about Xander and Rose? Are you loving them or not loving them?
I don't know. Is he? By the way, is he a hunk? Is he this Xander for used to? I don't know. Like, is he?
He's very cute. Let's be honest. He is. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I've sort of took to him more than those.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'd welcome him to the Bay more than. I wouldn't be bothered if she left, but it'd be quite good if he stayed.
Yeah,
because I think he's just got a bit more to offer than it.
Yeah, I concur. And he's been billed as the star, isn't he? The Hemsworth cousin or whatever.
Yeah.
So how many times have new characters been introduced and there's collateral that end up going? Look at the Paratas with Gemma.
Yeah.
Like there's always collateral, isn't there? So and if mind you, I've seen pictures on her on the internet of her in a uniform.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, so we know she's a copper, so she must get in there somewhere, which is why I'm worried about how much time she's going to be spending with Cash.
She's going to be working with him. Oh.
And I'm just putting two and two together. We know Jasmine's off.
Yeah.
So the outlook isn't good, is it? But where we're at the moment in the story, I think I'd like to explore them a bit more. I know they've just been an introduction, and then the way the block storytelling works, we then scoot off somewhere else, don't we, for a few episodes. So I'm sure we'll pick them up again this week. But they've also lost a parent, and all we know is they had a seemingly idyllic upbringing. We don't really know their thoughts and feelings about the whole Jasmine situation. I've got some unanswered questions about why Dad abandoned Jasmine, didn't even try and contact her, but he's left her in the will. That's still perplexing to me.
But how will we get answers for that? The only person that can answer those questions are him. I don't think anybody else can give us the answers.
No. Seems weird killing him off when we're not going to get the answer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe she visits him on his deathbed and he could have got the answer, but
or
maybe the thing he's left in the will might be a letter explaining it all or something.
Maybe, that could be it.
Because it might not just be financial.
Yeah.
explaining
That's
why.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point. A very good point, actually. But I want all that answered. There's been a bit of a throwaway comment about maybe Dad left you in the will so that we'd find you. And I just hope that's not the answer. That isn't the, because that's a bit crap.
Yeah, they do seem to think it's their fault and their problem to fix, don't they? Which is it's a bit awful, really, that they think that.
Yeah. Did he say as well, Xander, when he was sort of having that brief combo with Jazz, like, "Oh, I left for uni from the family home"?
Yeah.
So is he uni age or is he a bit older? He seems a bit older to me.
I thought he was in his 20s, but that could still be at uni, couldn't it? It depends when what age you start, I guess.
He looks older than Rose, doesn't he? She's like a copper, like.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So I think we need to know a bit more about them. Hopefully we do. We do.
Yeah.
Now Mia, table for one, like you said.
Bless
So
her.
she does. We saw it coming, didn't you? The big meal.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody round for family dinner.
Yeah. They never
because
go well, do they? Come on.
No, especially one where you're just trying to paint over the cracks or you're trying to paint a smile on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you try, because she it's exactly what she's doing. She's going to work and she's trying to hold it together. Chloe's ignoring her. She's not come home for days.
Yeah.
And she's trying to seem together, isn't she? And failing miserably. And it is just her and Tane. Tane gets quickly dismissed off to poker night. And she's sitting there alone.
Yeah. Oh, it's horrible.
Chloe's over at the farmhouse.
It's the Colin.
Yeah.
I did notice the sweet corn.
That's my thing. I always look at the food on the tables to see what they've got.
What are they eating today?
Any of that triangle garlic bread?
Yeah.
There was a lot of corn,
There was one today, where they were making a cheese sandwich, and
I saw that.
There was cheese. The sandwich was made with a cheese slice.
Yeah.
But there was also a tub of grated cheese as well. I was thinking, why would you have both cheeses?
We love cheese. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. 4 cheese sandwich.
Attention to detail.
Yeah.
Well, Chloe's sort of manipulated away at the farmhouse, and she's told Parata House one thing, farmhouse another. Just so she can be. Is it so she can be with Bella still? I'm getting a bit lost with this.
Yeah, she's just clinging on to her, isn't she? She's just single white Chloe. That's just freaky.
I'm the same as you, Sam. I was a bit confused by what was going on.
Yeah.
Sort of, what? She's moving, then she's coming back, and then going off again, and I was a bit.
Yeah, I'm getting lost entirely. Yeah, it does, because I'm like, okay, now Dean can see through it now as well.
Yeah.
So can Bella, but Bella still wants to be a friend. Then suddenly Dean's okay with it again, but then secretly he's like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm getting a headache, And all the while, Tane's walking around like he's got the world on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Not because he's hench, but because, he's taking it all on. And Dean's having a go at him down the beach, saying, Mia's rocking up at my house when I'm trying to get laid.
Cock blocker.
Contraceptive, wasn't she? She's rocking up at house.
It was. He was just wanting to get his leg over, and she said off there. Then she went back home and think.
Yeah. Flicking Tane. Didn't she stop Flick and Tane getting jiggy one week as well?
Yeah. And then we're going to call it her scheming that she's been up to for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Because when Macca, you were last on a couple of weeks ago, was when she started the whole mirror laughing.
Yeah.
And obviously she's been at it since. And Neek's the only one, really, and Dean now, to a bit more of a degree, who's been like, she's nuts.
Yeah.
But this week she turns on Theo and she's like, Mr. Overalls.
Yeah.
And she's now
do you think they missed a trick with the Dean storyline just before we get onto Theo? Because you know when Dean was talking to Bella and he was saying something like, "Oh, you know, being friends with her shouldn't be this difficult," and Bella said something like, "Yeah, but look at you and Colby." And I was thinking, if I was Dean, then I'd say, "Well, you know, Colby killed his dad. This is not the same." Because if we know, Dean doesn't know about what Chloe did, does it? Or does he? I don't think he does.
Oh,
No,
yeah, we know
Bella knows,
knows.
doesn't he? But
Yeah.
he does, yeah.
I was waiting for him to say, "Oh, that was totally different because he'd killed his dad," and then for Bella to sort of give him the look as if to say, "Yeah, and guess who else killed their dad?"
Yeah.
Psycho killer.
Yeah.
That's
I thought there was a
Yeah.
reason why they'd mentioned Colby, but then it didn't go anywhere. So I was like, he could have told him then. Yeah, she's also
That
a
would have
dad
been
murderer.
Do you know, Sophie, that would have been an amazing scene because we'd have all been like,
Yeah.
it definitely would have made me stop eating my tea. Right.
I was waiting for it, and then it didn't happen. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you what? Come on!" Like, I
Yeah,
think
where was that scene?
Yeah, they missed it there because Dean's he doesn't think it's as serious. He just thinks, "Oh, she's grieving Ari," and you know,
Yeah.
so's her mum, and go home and be with your mum because she's a widow. You know, go and see her. But
He even says, doesn't it? I know you've got a lot
Yeah.
going on, but your mum needs you. Go
Yeah.
home. Yeah.
But if he knew, there's another dimension to it because he a couple of weeks ago he wasn't convinced that Ari murdered Matthew, but now he seems to have accepted that all of a sudden. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that storyline isn't finished yet, but yeah.
Oh, I'm getting fed up of half-finished, half-baked Parata storylines, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Same here, yeah.
Oh well, that was just me. I just thought I'd throw it out there because I was like, I was annoyed.
Yeah, no, you're right. Now you've said it, that scene would have been amazing because then Dean could have gone to Tane and leveled with him and been like,
Yeah.
all right, stop bullshitting me. You know, like, you know, I know what's going on and I can help you, you know, because at the beginning he was a bit like that, wasn't he? Like you say, he was he knew he's from that world. He knew Ari from inside.
Yeah.
He knew it wasn't all what what they were saying it was.
Yeah.
But like you say, since his death, everyone's just now accepting. Everyone accepted that version of events now.
Yeah.
Which is probably one of the most frustrating things about this whole thing.
Yeah.
No, wasn't it, from the police? So there's no. If you don't really know it, you probably just would accept it, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, totally.
So,
yeah.
You know. So I suppose there's that to look at. That, you know, the case was closed and that was the result. Then you probably think, well, it must have been him and he's dead now, so let's get on with it, you know.
Yeah, I just thought it was just an opportunity for Dean to sort of wise up and realise what was really going on, but it didn't happen. I was kind of gutted. I was like, oh, that could have been really good, but no.
Yeah. Unless there's something bigger planned later on, but I just can't see it.
No.
I just can't see it. I think the storyline's moved on now that it's more actually about Chloe's downfall and her relationship with Mia than anything else. Yeah. You know, than us
forgotten about Matthew, hasn't he? I don't think Chloe's even thinking about Matthew anymore. I think she's just wanting attention.
Yeah, and her reasoning for not going home is that Mia's a mess. Yeah. Not that she can't face being where she clobbered her father or anything like that. You know, it's all about I can't be around Mia. You know, I feel you, girl, but you know, she's avoiding Mia. Not that it's not a her thing. It's not a guilt thing. It's just all of it. It's all gone a bit strange.
It has. Yeah.
And now she's sort of she's turned up the flirt dial on Theo.
Oh.
She bedded him.
Yeah.
And now she's doing this weird game where she's telling him she really loved it, but she's telling everybody else that he's stalking her.
Yeah, because it's drama and she likes the drama, doesn't she?
Yeah,
if she says to everybody, "Oh, I slept with Theo and I really liked it, and we're going to make it as a couple," there's no drama there. But he's stalking me, won't leave me alone. He keeps texting me. It was a mistake. Yeah. I'm going to cry about it, and I'm
also Bella will be like, "Oh, you know, come over to mine and we'll get popcorn and watch a chick flick." And
well, do you know? Did you see how she blamed Bella? She was like, "Oh, I only slept with him because you told me to go away."
Yeah, it was Bella's fault that. She honestly, I think I said yesterday when Matt went to her, she's literally making me piss boil. Right, I can't have her on my TV anymore.
She's just loving it, isn't she? Yeah. I could hear you screaming at your telly, honestly.
Honestly, I think I'm going to have to start fast forwarding her scenes. I'm being serious.
Who
I
did you
can't
used to
take.
do that for? Who used to do that for?
Oh God, I need a big list. Who to do that for.
You told me a while ago, and I absolutely died laughing. You're like, yeah, I used to fast forward through her scenes.
There's been
like,
loads of characters over the years. I just forward through.
Can't remember. But
yeah, I think she's going on that list because.
You got those pink jeans. They have me mad, them.
I was waiting for the wardrobe commentary. I've been waiting all week.
You know, I all week I've been thinking I can't stand them pinky peach jeans she's wearing. Like, and then Bella is in a tiger print teenager wears that. You know, honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway,
I love it.
Just those jeans that drive me up the wall. So I'm gonna fast forward past the jeans. Say if you're fast forward.
Yeah, we'll do.
I'll fast forward the jean. You know.
Yeah, and then Sophie will just have to tell us what happened.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Because I enjoy getting mad at the telly, so you know I'll watch them. It's fine. I'll take one for the team.
Yeah, you might have to, because I don't think I can take any more.
Oh dear.
I think I'm done.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Well, she's back in the diary, and even in the diary, she's like, just to spell it out to us, in case we're really thick and don't realise what's going on. I said I didn't want to be with Theo, but I didn't mean it. Oh my God.
Who writes stuff like that in their diary?
I don't know.
I was gonna say, yes, it's no Adrian Mole. No, Anne Frank,
you know?
No, it's no Anne Frank.
It's a really pathetic plot device. I'm sorry to the makers of the program. I am a mega fan. We make a podcast about it, but it's a really pathetic plot device just to make sure we're following the storyline. Me and Mac have already said the whole thing's confusing us, so it's been put in there to make sure we understand what she's doing. That's all it is.
Not even
literally
Justin.
telling us.
Not even Justin needs it spelled out this much, you know. We're not that big. Oh dear.
I just don't think I'm going to be able to find anything redeeming about this whole thing anymore. I think the scales have been tipped for me.
I'm just finding it quite hilarious, and I do enjoy a little shout at the TV. So yeah, for that entertainment purposes, it's up there.
What about them as a couple then, Theo and
oh no,
Chloe?
Not loving it.
What are we thinking?
No,
not for me.
What about you guys?
Definitely not for me.
No.
I won't be watching it. I think when Ryder gets wind of it, he's going to be thinking, there's something going on.
Yeah. I'm just
which we know it was.
I'm so annoyed with myself that 2 months ago I couldn't stick the guy and I wanted to punch him when he came on the screen, and now I'm like captain of Team Theo, honestly, every 5
President
minutes
of the fan club.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, poor Theo. Oh, poor Theo. All night tonight, the whole storyline with Theo's dad and then with Chloe, I was like, oh, poor Theo. And then I was like, who am I?
I know. I'm the same. I'm so mad with myself.
Yeah, but I know, Macca, you love Theo anyway, don't you?
Yeah. I somehow warm to idiots, for some reason, even in real life, and he come in as an idiot.
That's what he likes
he come in as an idiot, didn't he? A bit of it, like stealing like the thing and all that, and acting the
bit of a beating, and
Well, his dad's rocked up this week.
Yeah.
And so, like you've just said, Sophie, that his vulnerability is the reason he's like he is. He's this Jack the lad. He's this, clown, outgoing thing because he's been covering up this deep sadness really in his
Yeah.
life. This
Yeah.
really sad thing that's been going on, and quite traumatic thing.
Mm.
And it's probably it's psychological. You
Yeah.
know why and it, so. I've said this before. I couldn't stick him. He was an idiot. Why is he behaving like a complete tool? And they just took him far enough for me before they explained his behaviour.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't too far before they completely lost me, which I think. And now I'm coming complete 360 like you.
Yeah.
And actually, because it is quite sad. And now he's having to face that demon literally, jumps out the car because we said this, Leah sticking her nose in again, like she does. She's been round there to talk it out, and she doesn't have all the information she needs, so she's made it 10 times worse. He's followed her back to the bay. And I love it though when he got out the car at the garage. Oh, no hug for your dad. I'm like, He's about 25 foot away.
It's only like just out of the car. I was like, how would he manage a hug from there?
He couldn't even say, "Oh, listen, Dad, I'm covered in oil," because they don't get covered in oil in those that cars, do
No,
they?
that's true. I'm filthy. Oh wait, no, I'm not. You're right.
There's so many times now with this as well where Justin and Leah should have been realizing
Justin
something is up.
Justin should have got there quicker.
Yeah, he is starting to, isn't he, now where we're up to later in the week?
Yes.
Like, he doesn't want to speak to his dad. Why not? Something's going on. But there were so many times I just want to shake him and say, even up to the point where Theo had slept in his car.
Yeah.
He still didn't question it until this evening.
Yeah.
This evening's episode.
Yeah.
And of course, Dimitri he's being hot-headed. He's pack your bags and come home. Your mum's left me. It's your fault. And Theo knows if he goes back, he's copying for it. So he's not telling Justin and Leah, is he? And everyone's going round in this stalemate, know.
Yeah.
For most of the week, really. And then it's only when Justin tries to speak to him that he snaps.
Yeah.
And then pennies dropping then for Justin, and he knows it's a bit deeper than what it is.
Yeah.
And
it'll still take him a week because he's thick as mince, but he's getting there.
Well, really, it's taken John to come back because in tonight's episode, John's back in the bay. And I thought, John knows.
When they saw each other in the diner and he was about to shake his hand, I was like,
Yeah, she introduces him. This is my brother Dimitri. That makes you Theo's dad.
Yeah.
And Dimitri knows straight off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm giving like 1,000 yards today, isn't he? Instead of shaking his hands,
Yeah. I was loving that. I was like, yes, John, go. Brilliant. Oh dear.
Yeah.
To be honest though, I'm liking Dimitri, Not that
Are you?
Not as the character.
Yeah.
The actor, the way he's come in, and he's bouncing off the walls, isn't he? And he's like very volatile. So I'm liking the way he's playing the role.
Yeah, he's playing it really well. I mean, we're not supposed to like him. So in that respect,
but he's a villain.
Yeah, exactly. He's playing the part really, really well. But I am angry with him, because he just turned up at Leah's and he was like, "Where's my son? Where are you hiding him?"
Yeah,
and I was like,
that was a weird thing to say, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was as if he was sort of. He thought that Leah and Justin
already knew. Yeah.
Told.
Especially where you hide them. So
even when nothing, well, say where we hide them. You don't visit someone and someone doesn't come round to visit and you hide. So
no, exactly. Why would they hide him? That should be a massive clue.
Yeah.
Did you see that comment as well later on? And he's like, if he learns he's doing community service, and he's like, this is what happens under your watch. And thinking, where the bloody hell have you been for 5 months?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You really can't judge them two
No.
for it going wrong with what's going on between you and Theo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's loads of layers to this, which I like. I mean,
Yeah.
he's been in The Bay before, Dimitri.
Yeah.
Same actor, cast your mind back 20 years. Dimitri wasn't one of the big ones, was he?
No, but he was the same. So I don't remember, but when he was in it before, he was very volatile and antagonistic and all of that stuff. Very hot-headed, very protective of Leah when Leah was going out with somebody. I can't remember who she was dating, but he got really overprotective of her back then. So it's not.
It was Vinny, wasn't it?
Was it?
Was it when she was dating Vinny? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him just getting really overprotective, and there was some wedding and he kicked off at some wedding. It might even been Leah's wedding, I can't remember. That's what I remember of him. I remember him being
he was absolutely, and look, it's that Greek family layer that we need to understand as a cultural thing. He even says this week, you're an embarrassment, you've let the family down, he's a disgrace to the family. You show me some respect. It's a Greek thing. You respect your father. Your father's the top thing, the top dog of the house. So I feel like they could explain that a bit more. We've just criticised them for spelling one storyline out too much. And now I'm asking them to do it more for this one, but they can't win with me. But I feel like that could be a little bit more explicit. So this is how it works in the family. And when Leah had all her family in the Bay, we talk about it being Leah's family because she's the pinnacle. But when Alexis was around, Mum and Dad were around at one point. They were all shouting at each other, and they were loud, and they were they were passionate, and it's a Greek thing.
You're right.
So it's really, really disrespectful that Theo's run off and he's not doing as he's told. And so I've got
an
that.
Adult. This is what I'm struggling with because he's not a petulant teenager. He's 21. You know what I mean?
I know, but when you've got that patriarchal, system, then whoever's older sort of controls what goes on below them, doesn't it? Like sort of the caste system type thing. So just on a note, the writers cocked up a bit. The Dimitri's wife was referred to as Cassandra.
Yeah.
And when he was married to her, when he was in it about 20 years ago, she was called Melinda. So
really? Oh, I didn't pick up on that. Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
There you go. Keen eye,
It's not a second wife.
No, it's the same one, isn't it? Because he hasn't mentioned, because otherwise he would have said a stepmom, wouldn't he?
Yeah, look at Theo's age.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Oh, well spotted.
Well,
that's because
the soldiers done nothing all week.
It's benefited us, so I'm happy with that.
You heard it here first. Cassandra should be Melinda.
Yeah, that's quite a big oversight. You think they'd have it in a Filodex somewhere, the names of everybody.
You think Leah's family tree would be on there somewhere?
Yeah, you would. Definitely.
Listen, researchers, if you're listening, you need to come here to speak to Becca if you're bringing back characters from the past.
And also, no more pink jeans, please.
Yeah.
Wardrobe, if you're here. Burn the house down with them in it or something.
Yeah. Burn the jeans.
Have we got time for Marilyn's loose end? I think we do.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, she's back on her meds and she's all right. And things seem to be going up, but she's feeling a bit lost, isn't she?
Yeah, a bit up and down.
Is she? Is she feeling lost, or is it just Rue needs something to do?
It's both, isn't it? Because I think Marilyn is up and down. So she has a good day and she's on top of the world 1 minute, and then the next day something goes wrong. Like the other day when she was having a go at Rue for bringing her the wrong drink or something that Rue said something and she snapped at her. So she's very up and down. But I think you're right. Rue is trying to do everything to not think about Martha, isn't she?
Yeah.
And she's trying to distract herself by going, Marilyn's got a problem. Because the other day when Leah was back in the bay, and she was in the diner talking to Irene and Rue, and Leah was trying to talk to Rue about Martha, and she instantly changed the subject to Marilyn, didn't she? She said, "Oh, well, forget about my mum. I'm actually really worried about Marilyn."
Yeah.
So she's using it to deflect the things that she's got a problem with, isn't she? And she's going, I'm fine with my mum dying, but Marilyn, she's lost and she's bored and she needs focus.
Taking the wrong antibiotics type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit odd, but I do think it's deflection for what she's actually going through herself. And she needs... Rue needs a hobby, doesn't she? Or a job or something to keep her busy, but it seems to be... sorting Marilyn's life out seems to be.
Do you think we have grounds to be worried about Marilyn again, or do you think that'll fit? Like it's just
I think
it's just Rue with a highlighter.
Hasn't she? Isn't she back on her meds? And we're hoping that she'll just plateau out. Is that the right word? Because she's been up and down. You're hoping eventually she'll just kind of balance out. Now she's back on her meds.
I don't know. There's been a few, long camera shots at her staring at the distance, hasn't he, this week? As if to say there's something still not right, Sort of camera's gone on her for a few seconds as she's just looked into it.
Yeah.
You're right there, I'm not really myself still.
I don't think she will be for a little while, though. If you go back on your meds, it's going to take a while to get you back to an even keel, isn't it? So I think they're still showing us that she's not normal. But I don't think she's going off the deep end like Rue thinks she is. Is she?
No, I don't think.
I know what Macca means, because it's just been a little bit too long. Enough for me to think, is there a storyline there? Does she? Is she starting to think after all this medicine issue and this whole thing after the gas attack? Is she starting to reevaluate her life a bit? Does she want a man again? Does she? Is there something like that coming?
Maybe.
Less Rue saying she needs to jump out of a plane or what have you. You know what I mean? Like bucket list type thing off Rue. Because I think Rue's seizing an opportunity to sort of mollycoddle her, really.
Yeah. She's distracting herself. I thought she was setting up a dating profile at one point, because she was asking Irene, like, what's the best things about Marilyn? And I thought, is she setting up on a bloody Tinder or something? Because we know how that went down last time.
No, she was doing one of those home and away BuzzFeed quizzes.
But Irene come out with the line of the week, didn't she? She went, I'm just in the middle of something. And Irene says, in the middle of my shift.
Yeah, that was good.
So I think I'm just keeping one eye on Marilyn a bit here, because to me, I think it is about Rue, like you say, it's about Rue and her distracting herself. But like Macca says, there's been too much, just a little bit enough for me to worry a bit.
Okay.
I'll have to keep a watch on her.
I'll have to take your word for it, because I didn't pick up on that at all. I just thought it was all about Rue losing the plot. And I was been more worried about Rue, really, and her kind of trying to hide how she feels about Martha.
And with Rue, actually, it's been a few weeks since we've seen, and heard of Martha and Alf and how they're getting on. What we're still thinking about that, because when we all last got together, the three of us, I was saying, this operation's happening one way or another. If it's not Rue, it's somebody else. I think you two were already picking out, your funeral outfits. Like, do we still think the same? Like, do we still think that's the same, or?
We've not heard anything, have we? Nothing's changed as far as we know. Like last time we heard that Martha was, really ill. She's got a heart problem now. She got something wrong with her kidneys as well, or something. I can't remember what they said. Not kidneys, liver. Did she say something about a liver?
Yeah.
I can't remember. But it's spread, basically, whatever's wrong with her. So we haven't.
No, heart failure. She's got heart. Yeah.
She's got heart, but wasn't it also liver or something as well? They mentioned.
Well, she needs the kidney transplant, doesn't she?
Yeah, they mentioned like 2 or 3 organs that were going down. So
she's
it
up.
sounded really bad.
She's up Yabby Creek without a paddle.
Yeah, definitely. She is.
Let's get an update on her at some point. But keeping my eye on Marilyn, I'm not convinced.
I'll keep my eye out then, because you guys have picked up on that, and I didn't at all.
Yeah.
You were too busy. You know, rooting for Chloe.
Shouting at Sally.
Too busy looking at Tane in his suit, I think.
Tane.
Please.
I have to do my top 10 girls, won't I? As a little sideshow from Home and Away, like, you know, over the years, seeing as
Definitely.
seeing as you're rattling off all the hunks, like, you know.
Yeah.
Do
Even
it.
it out. Even it out.
So sexist, isn't she? So
That's
sexist.
terrible, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did tell Si earlier that I've got a little bit of a girl crush on Flick, haven't I? So
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so
we were
right.
saying, because we were saying, Flick on like Casino Flick, like she would turn me.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah.
I
So-
said me too.
That's I tweeted about that smile. That smile just wept. I was all over the place on the couch, I tell you.
Love it. Did you like
Yeah.
her dress as well? Because
Oh, yeah.
Wardrobe from
Yeah.
Lacquer. The green
Yeah.
dress. Thought that was a nice little number. It looked really good on her.
Yeah. I'd still pick Marilyn out the whole show, though. Go out with anyone.
Really?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
interesting. What is it about Marilyn that you like, or should I not ask? Is it
I wouldn't-
obvious?
Yeah, it's obvious. Hey, I'm that shallow.
Oh
She has
dear.
got some really good assets. I'll put.
She has, yeah. And she always wears high heels, so, you know,
She
everyone's a winner.
does.
Yeah,
She's
you
got cracking legs.
Yeah, even on the
Yeah.
beach.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
know?
Yeah, yeah.
What a woman.
yeah.
So you know she can walk in them. You
Yeah.
know she can handle herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Right, that's all we've got time for today. But before we go, guys, it's time for First Look, a quick chance to have a look at what we'll be discussing on next week's podcast. Are you both ready?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had enough of spoilers for one day, so why not?
I've had all the spoilers this week. I've read everything. I'm like, no, Sophie, why?
It's really they need to sort out the whole social media, because it's really not fair. I reckon there's more international viewers than watch it in Australia, me. And
Yeah.
everything is just ruined constantly. Anyway, Mackenzie's secrecy prompts Logan to become suspicious. So he wasn't suspicious anyway.
Yeah. He's already suspicious. I already told him to rack off.
Yeah. Even the little trailer at the end of tonight's one, he said, didn't he? I think you need to tell me what's going on. Didn't he?
Yeah.
And the little
Yeah.
trailer bit. So
Yeah.
And actually, when you think of it, when you just strip all the bullshit out, they've been dating a few weeks. Does she really need to explain a business to you? Do you know what I mean?
No.
I don't think I would for someone I had been dating a couple of
I
months.
think he needs to sit down after the whole Neve thing, really, for a bit.
You're not forgiving him for Neve, are you?
No.
Dimitri's history of violence is brought to light, and Bella tells Chloe off. Yeah.
Again. Yeah.
I liked that tonight though with Bella. She's sort of warning Theo off at the door. She's like, "You're just a bit too much," and I'm thinking, have you heard yourself?
no, man.
From the day you got here.
Yeah.
If anyone's a bit too much, girl. Ryder and Mackenzie get into gambling. Oh,
No, see,
Oh, so they're
here we
going to
go.
join in, are they? They're not just watching it now.
not just. See, I was wondering, with we've just been talking about Flick's horny smile and everything
Yeah.
at casino night.
Yeah.
I was wondering whether there'd be they start up a bit of a ring where they start doing cheating and things. Where
yeah.
she's looking at cards and she's giving a bit of a wink, and
Yeah.
is there going to be a bit of like a rip-off type job starting up?
Yeah,
Do you know what I
true.
mean?
Yeah.
I wonder if operation here.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite exciting because it's all naughty, and we don't get naughty in the Bay a lot.
Yeah, it's
No.
good. I'm liking the casino stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit naughty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mackenzie manages to head Logan off with a romantic decoy. Picnic from the Diner, Blacksland, Remote Beach. It's one of them, innit?
Possibly. Or it could be a repeat of the thank you performance from the other night.
Oh, God. Well, we talk about it the next day.
On the beach, yeah. It was
Constantly.
great. I had a great time.
How did you perform last night? Felicity struggles to get alone time with Tane. I'm just seeing that chicken. What? Mia.
Oh dear.
Someone needs to sit that girl down
Yeah.
and put a bullet through her brain. No, like, I just don't understand. They've lost their way with them all now. Like, what we're doing with Mia now, other than she was sleepwalking last week.
Yeah.
Is that
And
cured
that's
now?
stopped, hasn't it, this week? Because she hasn't been doing it this week or anything.
Now she knows about it. She don't do it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very dangerous that she was on her own all of that episode after the dinner, really, wasn't it? Because Tane was out at the casino club and Nick and Chloe were watching a film or something in the city.
Yeah.
If she had been sleepwalking, there'd be nobody there to pull her out of the road if she got hit by a car.
Yeah.
So
Maybe that'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they were making all those sandwiches today, like if you were Mia, you would have said, "What are you doing using cheese? There's a chicken there in the fridge."
And a lot
Gone on the cup.
Yeah.
And for some reason, a huge bowl of tomatoes was in the background as well.
I love it.
The others worry that Mia is losing her mind.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Jasmine struggles with jealousy. That's going to be Cash, isn't it?
Yeah. Cash and Rose. Yeah.
That's really going to annoy me, that, you know. I can already tell. It's making me itch already.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what's going to... Because, you know, when we found out that Jasmine was leaving and then we found out that Rose and Xander were going to turn up, I thought that they would turn up and take her away. But if you've seen a picture of Rose in uniform, it does sound like Jasmine's leaving because Cash moves on or she moves on. It just doesn't... I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's going to be a happy ending, this.
No, and where's she going to leave to?
Yeah.
What I'm thinking, because I don't look at any spoilers because it drives me mad knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Is I think she'll agree to having this thing of the will. It'll be a load of money, and she'll say to Copper Cash, to get me head straight, like obviously having a new family and get me head all around it, I'm gonna go travelling for a while.
Yeah.
And that'll be it. She'll go travelling, and then
she might go to
like
London to see Grace.
Yeah.
Oh, to see Tori. Yeah. That's a good one.
Something like that. That's how I'd write it anyway. But I'm no script writer.
Because initially Sam Frost's exit was supposed to be temporary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So her nipping over to visit them, blah blah blah, and then it could just be a quick text, "I'm not coming back." You know?
Yeah, because she's a nurse and she's myself. I've got you in the London Infirmary or something. You know, and then I don't know that like comedy. Oh, jobs just come up.
Nightingale Hospital.
Did you see when this made me laugh? I don't know if you were, because I was doing the podcast on my own at this point when Tori was leaving, but she was looking at, she got this job at like St. Thomas's or something, but she was looking at houses in Birmingham.
Yeah.
You see her? And I was like, it's like 2 hours away on this.
She might have been waiting for that HS2 to be built, you know.
Felicity and Tane's long-awaited rendezvous is interrupted.
Me and again, do you reckon?
Sophie. In the wardrobe.
Yeah, get off it.
Jasmine refuses to accept her new family.
Oh dear.
Rose and Xander pack up and leave.
Oh.
Mia wonders if staying is too painful for her. Yeah, it is, Mia.
Yeah, go Mia. Just run.
And then Friday, Mia decides on Chloe's fate.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we'll get the immolation after all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ruin Irene head out. Like out.
Out.
Yeah. It'll be salt, won't it? You don't go. No one goes to Gabby Creek on the
We
the
never
island.
see Irene and Salt though, do we?
No.
It's the booze thing. We never see her in there, do we?
She goes in there with John.
Yeah, she has an orange.
Yeah,
she has an
that's
orange
true.
juice with John, didn't she?
It's during the day though, isn't it? She never goes out.
Yeah.
Well, it says ruin Irene head out.
I want to know what they're up to. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe, and going back to that other one before, maybe Mia can't live with the fact that her husband's died, knowing everyone thinking he's a murderer, and she's
Possibly. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mia decides Chloe's fate. Is she going to turn her in?
yeah,
she
maybe
could do,
she just
yeah.
can't live with her husband being known as like a murderer in his
Yeah.
grave. You know,
Yeah.
it must be awful, that mustn't it? Someone, if you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like your partner's not killed someone, but he's gone to the grave as a murderer, it'd be
Yeah.
pretty hard to live with, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's that.
Mm.
I think for Chloe's well-being, I think Chloe needs to go and do time for it.
Yeah. She needs to get it off her chest.
She's only young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even if she gets 20 years, you know, it'll heal her. She needs
Yeah.
needs to face the consequences, you know, and get off my fucking TV. I'm sorry. Xander struggles between hostile sisters.
Oh.
Ooh.
Like, fighting
Don't
over
they
cash, aren't they?
said they buggers off the other day. Now it
Yeah.
must have
No,
come
they're
back.
still hanging around like a fart in a lid.
Yeah.
And there you have it. Right, thanks everybody. That's the end of today's episode. It's been a blast as always. You don't forget you can contact us on Instagram and Twitter at Coastal News Pod throughout the week, and we'll be back here every weekend, should I say, with a new episode of Coastal News Podcast. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you too. See you later. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.